that you are important, vestige. The scrolls reveal to me that your destiny is intertwined with that of the 5 companions. The 5 companions were a band of adventurers who sought out an ancient artifact called the Amulet of Kings. They hoped to use this artifact to persuade Akatosh, the dragon god, to accept their leader as one of the Dragonborn. The Dragonborn are mortals destined for greatness, with the blood of the dragons in their veins. It is said that only a true Dragonborn can ignite the eternal dragon fires in the Imperial City. Baron Aquilarius, the son of a Colovian duke, who led a rebellion against the Emperor Leovic and took the crown himself. Alas, Baron was not truly a Dragonborn, as those who sit upon the ruby throne must be, in accordance with tradition. You have already heard enough babbling from this old blind fool. It is time you met the 5 companions yourself and witnessed their fate. The first companion, Lyris Titanborn, daughter of giants, was the mightiest warrior in the service of the Emperor. Next, Abner Tharn, a powerful sorcerer, Grand Chancellor to the Imperial Elder Council. The Red Guard Swordmaster, Sai Sahar, leader of the Imperial Dragon Guard. The Imperial Emperor, Baron Aquilarius, who attempted to light the dragon fires and failed. And finally, Manamarco, the traitor, the king of worms, a powerful necromancer, and your executioner. These were the 5 companions who set out from the Imperial City on an epic quest to recover the lost Amulet of Kings. Manamarco convinced Baron that the amulet could be used to perform a ritual that would rekindle the dragon fires. He claimed this would please Akatosh and entice him to adopt Veren as one of the Dragonborn. By tradition, only the Dragonborn can lay claim to the Ruby Throne and rule as the one true Emperor by divine right. Veren conquered Cyrodiil and took the throne, but unless he became Dragonborn, he feared he'd always be thought of as a pretender. Each of the 5 companions were chosen for their skill and courage, and each was given a special role to perform in the party. Who would you like to know more about? You've already met Lyris. She's a Nord warrior from the frozen lands of Skyrim to the north, and it is said that her family lineage contains the blood of giants. Baron chose her for her strength and her loyalty to be his personal bodyguard. Sai Sahar came from a long line of Red Guard Swordmaster nobles. He was the leader of the Dragon Guard, the security detail of Veren and the Elder Council. While Lyris was Veren's bodyguard, Sai was charged with protecting the entire group. The Therns are one of the most influential families in Cyrodiil. Abner, their patriarch, is the leader of the Elder Council, a powerful battle mage and a shrewd politician. With his council, Veren was able to seize the Imperial throne years before. Manamarco, the traitor, the great enemy, the most powerful necromancer this world has ever known. His worm cult infiltrates and corrupts every corner of Tamriel. It was he who convinced Veren to perform the ritual you are about to witness. Disaster, war, and pestilence. A world brought to its knees. Now watch and see how one man's arrogance brought about the greatest threat our world has ever known.
There it is. The Dragonfire Brazier. Manamarco, Certain this will work?
It will work, my liege. The Amulet of Kings will rekindle the dragon fires and ensure your rightful place as Emperor. You have my word.
It better work, Money Marco, or you'll find your neck at the business end of my axe.
My lord, I wonder if you'd muzzle your half-giant pet. She really is annoying.
Enough, both of you. We are here to ensure my lord's rightful claim to the Ruby Throne.
Abner, begin the ritual. I have a destiny to fulfill. By the lighting of the dragon fires, I claim my rightful lineage. By the fires of creation, let me be reborn. By the will of Akatosh, I proclaim myself Dragonborn.
Baron Aquilarius, you are no heir to Alessia. You will pay for your sacrilege. The veil between Tamriel and Oblivion tears and splits asunder.
What's happening? The sky's opening up. This is bad. This is very bad. Ah!
This isn't supposed to happen. What's the meaning of this? Manny Marco, what have you done?
Gullible fools! The veil between Oblivion and this world has been torn. My master, Moloch Baal, is free to claim Tamriel for his own.
Akatosh, forgive me! Have mercy on our souls!
The ritual tore the veil between Nan and Oblivion, allowing Manamarco to begin stealing the souls his master needed to power the dark anchors and initiate the plane melt. Akatosh gave Alessia the Amulet of Kings as a symbol of his covenant with Nan. So long as the amulet remained in the care of Alessia's heirs and the dragon fires remained lit, Tamriel would be protected from the Daedra. Manamarco tricked Varen into breaking the covenant, and the veil between Oblivion and Nan was torn. The Elder Scrolls named this event the Soul Burst. It gave Moloch Baal the opportunity to disconnect the souls of Nan from their hosts. Varen was lost. In the chaos of the moment, Sai Sahan took the Amulet of Kings and fled. Leris was captured by Manamarco and delivered to Cold Harbor, the realm of Moloch Baal. Tharn remains Chancellor of the Elder Council, and his daughter Tribio rules as Empress Regent. But the true power remains in the hands of Manamarco and his worm cult. When I discovered the truth about the 5 companions, I made subtle inquiries, but apparently not subtle enough. Manamarco got word of my interests and abducted me. He took me to Cold Harbor, where I remained a prisoner until you freed me. The truth is always a threat to evil men. Manamarco feared I would reveal his treachery, and if knowledge of Nan's vulnerability were to become known, it could threaten his master's schemes. Moloch Baal does not favor loose ends. Walk with me. Long ago it was written, so long as the Amulet of Kings was borne by Alessia's heirs, Tamriel would be protected from the forces of Oblivion. But the Soul Burst tore the veil between worlds and gave Moloch Baal the opportunity he desired. Moloch Baal's dark anchors pierced the torn veil and seemed to draw Nan into the depths of Cold Harbor. These terrible engines of destruction peering all throughout Tamriel. If the Lord of Brutality and Domination is successful, he will merge our world and his own in a terrible plane mill. Few will survive the ordeal, and those that do will be enslaved for all eternity. And so it falls to us, Vistage. We must stop Molag Bal and his dark anchors, or our world is doomed. And now history seems to have caught up with us. Shall we return to the harborage? And so it falls to us, as you say. And so it begins. The remainder of the story has yet to be written. It is your story now. And there is so much to do. But know this, you will not walk this path alone. We must grow in strength and in numbers. You will need more than the company of an old blind man to alter the course of history. We must assemble our own group of companions. The first you have already met. Lyris sacrificed her own freedom to allow us to escape. She remains a prisoner in Cold Harbor. I must determine her precise location if we are to mount a rescue. That will take time. Minamarco's agents leave a web of lies and deceit. They pit the races of Tamriel against one another and divert their attention from the real threat. Seek out these agents wherever they can be found and expose their lies. Forgive me. Bringing you into my mind seems to have taken quite a toll on me. I must rest. I will contact you when the time is right. Until then, walk in the light, Vistage. cliffs outside Daggerfall. It is good to see you again, and I do see you in my own way. You're a wound in time, a tear in reality, that fate speaks in riddles. Your fate was written in the scrolls long ago. It is entwined with the fate of the 5 companions. I have finally located Lyris Titanborn in Cold Harbor. She works a terrible forge under the lash of the great deceiver Molog Baal. Her soul is in great danger. You must go to her. I can manifest a gate to that dark realm, but you tread carefully in Molog Baal's realm. You are important. The scrolls have so named you. After Lyris took my place in the Wailing Prison so that we might escape, the Daedra moved her to the Foundry of Woe. It is a place of torment and despair. She toils endlessly, making weapons for the enemy. The god of schemes invaded my mind many times during my imprisonment. It was a tortuous experience, but by forcing his way into my mind, he inadvertently opened his own thoughts to me, and thus created a chink in his own armor. We are connected, he and I. With concentration, I can see through his eyes. He feels my presence, and it fills him with rage. When you enter the Foundry to recover Lyris, I can keep his attention focused on me. He will be blind to you for a time. It will be a far greater danger for you to enter Cold Harbor without this distraction. It is Molog Baal's realm, and his power there is great. I will endeavor to distract him in this manner whenever you travel there.
You're alive. And he's still alive. Thank the God you don't understand. It's hard to describe. My memories, my feelings, they've been fragmented, ripped apart. And all the fragmented pieces have been locked away in different parts of the foundry. I've tried. The Daedra took everything. My willpower, my courage, my sense of self. I'm an empty shell. And the fragments are reflections of my worst fears and most painful memories. I can't. I don't think I can face them. I'll do my best. Lead on. Lost souls are barely aware of their humanity. Them anymore. This can't be. It looks like my childhood home. My parents' graves. My mother died in childbirth. My father was distant, cold. I think he blamed me for my mother's death. I ran off to become a mercenary when I was 16. I never saw my father again. He was murdered by an old enemy. Father? Papa? Is that you?
Bleed, you bastard! Die like the monster you are! Mind and soul are already ours. Abandon your pathetic rescue.
Who are you? Why does Lyris walk with you? In life, I was Gyalda, father to Lyris. My spirit was torn from its rest and brought to this foul place. The Daedra forced me to experience my own murder again and again. I thought my torment would never end. I don't understand. Lyris was always a free spirit. Why would my presence bind her here? Lyris, is this true, child?
You're always so cold. So distant. My mother died giving me life. It was my fault. I should never have been born.
Lyris, look at me. The blood of giants flows through my veins. Your mother was a Nord. I gave her my seed without thought for her safety. That's why she died. Not because of you, child. Because of me.
I thought you blamed me. You couldn't even look at me, Papa.
Do you not see? When I looked at you, I saw her face. I loved her, child, just as I love you, more than life itself. We cannot change the past, nor should we cling to it. You must not let these feelings haunt you. Let them go. Let me go.
I love you too, Papa. Rest now. Be at peace. He's gone. Come on, let's get out of here. This place is a labyrinth of hopelessness built to compound the misery of those who labor here.
Did you get all the pieces?
Yeah, I stashed them in the footlockers all around camp. I bet the commander makes her run 50 laps this time.
Let's hope this beast gets a lashing. All right, let's get back to it. Act natural. She's all alone. All alone in this hellish nightmare.
Did you find something? I can't believe it. Excellent. I'm ready. Watch your step. All the mining has made these tunnels unstable.
now!
Abner Thorn, you traitorous bastard. I should have expected to find you here.
Don't be a fool, Titanborn. I'm trying to help you. Your hatred poisons you. Warriors are like steel. When you lose your temper, you lose your worth.
Help me. You betrayed us all, then went back to licking Manny Marco's boot before the smoke cleared.
I did what I had to do. And as a show of my good intentions, I have a gift for you. But be warned, Cold Harbor will not give it up easily.
Is that... Sure as bones it is. Vestige, that's my battle axe. It's good to have you back. Are you thirsty for Daedric blood, old friend? My axe. Oh, it feels good to have it back. It's part of... I don't know. I don't trust him and I never will. But it's odd. The blind hatred I felt when I saw him... I could have strangled him with my bare hands. But now... I think he was right. That hatred was poisoning me. Better. Stronger. Almost whole again. Isn't that strange? I feel powerful enough to take on Umaril the Unfeathered himself. I feel like a warrior again. We're not done yet. We need to keep moving forward. The passage is blocked by a rock slide, but now that I have my axe back, I might be able to break through it. Stand back. No damn pile of pebbles is gonna stop me now. So many Daedric beasties, so little time. We need to keep moving. I almost feel like... hear that? It sounded like... No. It couldn't be. Sai, what's happened to you? What have they done?
Lyris, I can see you. Are you really there?
Sai, it's me. We're seeing some kind of vision of you. Do you know where you are?
I don't know. They're torturing me. They want the Amulet of Kings. Want me to tell them where it's hidden. But I haven't broken. Not yet.
Sai, you need to hold on. We're going to find you. I'll make sure of it. We'll find you. Somehow we'll get you out of there. Sai? Sai! No! Bring him back, you bastards! That was no trick. That was Sai Sahan. Sai's a friend. Maybe my best friend. We need to find him and get him out of there. We need to tell the Prophet about this. He'll know what to do. But first... Something's wrong. The doubt. Fear. Loneliness. It's all coming back. I have to push through this. Let's go. It's the source of all my fears. I can hear it whispering to me. Turn. protecting me. Get out of here. We need to rescue Sully. Then you've got a world to save.
Chan, are you all right?
Yes, Prophet, I'm fine. The vestige freed my mind from the Daedra's control.
Thank the Divines. Your loss would have thrown all into chaos.
They won't take me again. Not alive, at least. Prophet, Manamarco captured Sai Sahan. He's torturing him to find out where the Amulet of Kings is hidden. We have to rescue him.
You brought Lyris back, and largely intact from the look of her. And she will need time to recover. One does not leave such a place unscarred. What did he say? Did Sai tell you where he is being held? Then we must locate him before Menimarco forces him to reveal the amulet's hiding place. Did he? I thought he had firmly aligned himself with Menimarco and his worm cult. Curiouser and curiouser. As you saw in my visions, the amulet's misuse ripped a hole in the barrier that protects Tamriel from the forces of oblivion. That damage must be undone, and the amulet is the key. But to find the amulet, we must first locate Sai Sahan. For now you must leave me to my meditation. I must set my mind to the task of locating Sai Sahan. Until then, embrace the unknowable. The drops of water cannot know themselves to be a river, yet the river flows on. Perhaps it was simply arrogance. Perhaps it was all part of his grand scheme. Who can know the logic of a Daedric prince? I will call upon you again when the time is right. Farewell, Vestige. Lyris is safe, and whole once more. You have done well. Lyris is safe. Perhaps it was simply arrogance. Perhaps it was all part of his...
You pulled me from the pits of oblivion. I owe you a debt of honor, small one. And a Titan-born pays her debts. It's a wretched place. A haunt of cowards, traitors, and lost souls. And Daedra. Their vile spells violated my mind. Forced me to doubt myself, to disobey my own will. They'll pay for that. And pay dearly. After the Soul Burst, one of the five, Sai Sahan, fled with the Amulet of Kings. According to the Prophet, it's the only object in the world that can repair the tear in the veil between Tamriel and Oblivion. I'm no mage. I'm a warrior. I have no knowledge of such things. My skill is with... Yes, I'll be fine. Now.
Stranger, this forest is cursed.
There you are, Vestige. Come to the house.
Yes,
We must
yes,
speak.
my vision dream speaks true. You are the one my mistress seeks.
You there? Looking for me?
Good God, you are safe. Good fortune did not abandon us entirely. Despite many days of meditating and scrying, Sai Sahan's whereabouts still elude me. The projection that you witnessed in the Foundry of Woe showed him to be in great peril. If we are to find him, I will need your help, Vestige. Though Sai remains hidden from my sight, Lyris brings news that an agent of the enemy lurks in Daggerfall. Fear is on the lips of the people. Darkness walks among them. Even a blind man can sense it. It is that. If it is truly an agent of Menamarco's worm cult, it may provide us with a clue that will hasten our search. Seek this agent, but tread carefully. The worm cult is a cult of necromancy, and the undead are fearsome opponents. Venture to Daggerfall. Speak to Old Maid Maxell and Husnia the mercenary. It was on their lips that Lyris first heard murmurs of trouble lurking in the shadows. Locate this agent of evil. Return with any personal effects they carry with them.
You match the description I was given. I have a message to deliver to you, if that's all right.
Yes, my vision dream speaks true. You are the one my mistress.
His mother's pride and joy. His mother's pride and joy.
Hold your horses. I'll get to you in a moment. If you're in a hurry, head over to the bar and talk to Filane. He'd be happy. Who's this now? I bet you've got a wild tale or two to share. Present company excluded? Well, there was a dodgy-looking Imperial hanging out in a doorway near Southgate Alley this morning. He was eyeballing everyone who happened by. Seemed like a cut-purse looking for an easy mark, if you ask me. Sorry, that's all I've got. I'd be willing to bet he's staying on the south side of town, though.
You're new to Daggerfall, aren't you? I know everyone in town. I don't like to gossip, but there's been an Imperial vagrant nosing around for the past few weeks. Suspicious-looking fellow. I actually saw him picking through the trash outside the castle a few weeks ago. I've no idea where he is now. I'm sorry, but I am not in the habit of ogling strange men. Have you seen the dragon? It's horrific. I got what you need.
Hear ye, card sharps and collectors. Test your wits and courage in a brand new card game. Tales of Tribute.
You'll never leave this place alive! What is the meaning of this interruption? Why have you contacted me? This is Abner Tharn. The Master and I are very busy. This had better be important. Wait a moment. I don't know your face. Identify yourself immediately. Yes, your report, you insipid twit. What, did you contact me by accident? How dare you speak to me in such a... Wait. You're not one of ours, are you? Color me intrigued. You speak to Abner Tharn, Overlord of Nibene and Chancellor of the Elder Council. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you contact me? Fascinating. Are you merely a blundering local, I wonder, or something more? Are you indeed? I didn't think that Redguard has-been had a single friend left. Not in this world, at any rate. Let me give you some free advice. Forget about Sai Sahan. Even if I told you where he was, attempting a rescue would be suicidal. Of course I do. But do you really think I'd tell you and risk incurring Menemarko's wrath? I think not. Ah.
You! Get away from that!
You've returned. What have you found? Abnathan shows his face again. I get the sense that he might have a larger part to play in the coming events, but for good or ill, I cannot say. Leave the orb with me. I shall be able to use it to locate Sai Sahan.
Hold a moment. Come here. We need to talk. I heard you and the Prophet talking about Abner Tharn. Didn't the Prophet tell you the story of the 5 companions? I don't know where to start. There's so much to tell. We were chosen by Emperor Varen to join him on a quest to recover a lost artifact called the Amulet of Kings. The 5 included Varen, myself, a Red Guard named Sai Sahan, Abner Tharn, and the traitor Manamarco. Abner Tharn is Grand Chancellor of the Elder Council and Chief Advisor to his daughter, the Empress Regent. He is also Manamarco's toady. Tharn's first loyalty is to his family and the Empire, and he's a ruthless bastard when it comes to defending them. The Worm Cult obviously doesn't share those loyalties. Tharn would never trust them, but he's too much of a coward to betray them. Maybe. But what could we offer him? He's already got more gold than the gods themselves. We were chosen by Emperor Varen to join him on a quest to recover a lost... You only know him as the man who killed you and stole your soul. But back then, he was Emperor Varen's most trusted advisor. It was Manamarco who convinced Varen to search for the Amulet of Kings. Varen wasn't a true Dragonborn Emperor. He didn't share Alessia's bloodline. Manamarco said the amulet could change all that. He said he could use it to perform a ritual that would turn Varen into a true Dragonborn. It took us more than 2 years, but we finally recovered the amulet and returned to Cyrodiil to perform the ritual. Manamarco set us up. The ritual caused a violent explosion of magical energy. We lost Varen. Sai Sahan and I were declared outlaws. Manamarco convinced the Elder Council to recognize Abner Tharn's daughter Clivia as Empress Regent, but Manamarco was the true power behind the throne. Sai Sahan and I went into hiding. There was a bounty on our heads. Well, the legend says that the Dragonfires were created from the blood of Akatosh and given to Saint Alessia. When a new emperor is crowned, they're supposed to relight them to prove that they're a true heir of Alessia, one of the Dragonborn. It took us more than 2 years, but we finally recovered the amulet and returned to Cyrodiil to perform the ritual. Manamarco set us up. The ritual caused a violent explosion of magic. Manamarco convinced the Elder Council to recognize Abner. I know it's a lot to take in. We'll talk more later.
lifted, Vestige. The path before us has been revealed. It is both dark and twisted. Come to the harborage. We have an unexpected guest who demands your presence. We have an unexpected guest, Vestige. My attempts to use the Orb of Discourse to locate Saisahan did not meet with success, so I decided to try a more direct approach. I use it as it was. He admits that he knows Saisahan's location, but he will not reveal it. He demands to speak with you directly.
We meet again, Vestige. I wish to speak with you on a matter of some urgency. Menimarco and his vile master have dark and terrible plans for this world. If you wish to stop them, you need to find the Amulet of Kings. But to find the amulet, you must first locate Saisahan. Of course I do. And I might be willing to share that information for a price. If Menimarco learns that we've spoken, he'll have me executed. I'm a danger to him. I know too much. Therefore I, Abner Tharn, Chancellor of the Elder Council, Overlord of Nibene, formally request asylum. Do I look to be in a mirthful mood? There comes a point when even a patriot's loyalty is stretched too far, when the things he has done and has seen done become too much to bear. Would that I could. As it happens, I find myself to be somewhat of a prisoner, in dire need of rescue. My proposal is this. If you retrieve me from Menimarco's fortress and grant me asylum, I will give you Saisahan's location in return. You can't. And you'd be a fool to trust me completely. But the facts remain, you need me if you wish to find Saisahan, and I must keep my head if I am to ensure the continuance of the Empire. Neither of us has a choice.
Tharn is quite correct. We have little choice in the matter.
You can't be serious. How can we possibly trust him?
As our visitor so eloquently pointed out, we cannot. But if we are to locate Saisahan, we must do this. Go with the Vestige, Virus. Rescue Tharn. Give him the chance to redeem himself. He may surprise you.
You appear to have arrived in the wretched Squalor, a shantytown of soul-shriven outside Menimarco's castle. As luck would have it, Menimarco is away on some errand for the Daedric Prince. The castle garrison is not on alert, so you should only encounter a token defense. The main gate is... You're the hero, aren't you? Improvise.
What a skeever. Improvise, he says. I can't believe we're risking our lives to rescue that skeeving Horker. Subtlety and stealth. Let's not bring the entire castle guard down on our heads. And didn't he say this was a town of soul-shriven? Maybe we can find one who knows his way around. Try to be inconspicuous. We just got free of this place. The last thing we need is to get recaptured.
Famazar's people have a saying, may your roads lead you to warm sands. How in the sight of 2 moons did Famazar end up here? He thinks he must have taken a wrong turn somewhere. Feed first. That is the fastest way in. Ask Cadwell. That crazy bastard seems to know every corner of this place. You better hurry though. I heard they just chased him into a building near the waterway.
Why am I not surprised to find Cadwell here? He certainly does get around.
How dare you defy the order of the Black Worm, slave?
Flank, now! Go round!
Your snooping around has reached its end. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? Intruders!
I say, jolly good timing. Lyris enchanted, as always. And you're looking fit for someone, so how can I put it? Deficient in the soul department? Wherever the forces of evil prey upon the innocent, wherever souls are stolen and bodies riven, wherever a people cry out for justice, there goest I. I mean, this whole eternal servitude business is rather nasty, don't you agree? Tiberius Garters, why? Lovely grounds, no question, but it's positively brimming with angry cultists carrying rather large weapons. I see. A rescue, is it? Well, that's a different kettle of fish, isn't it? There is a cistern that drains into the waterway. The door is locked, but that's not stopped me before. Why don't you meet me there and we'll see what's what?
That might be our best chance to get inside.
You keep up nicely. I can't abide dawdlers. This whole bloody castle sits on top of an ocean of unstable oblivion, what's it? The Daedra use pipes to control the flow of it all, and it comes out as steam. Well, most of the doors in here are sealed with pressure from that steam. It's all rather complicated, but in a nutshell, if I can tamper with the pipes, we can open the doors to the inner keep, and you can slip inside. Well, I can handle the tinkering, but you'll have to keep the beasties off me. It will be quite a romp. Are you game? Onward! Ha ha!
Can we try to keep it a little quiet?
Don't worry, this will get you inside with a minimum of fuss. One more after this one. This should do it. There you are. Quick as you please. There's even time for tea. A pleasure, think nothing of it. The merest trifle, truly. You'll find this Tharn fellow at the top of the Tower of Bones. You'll need to make your way through the keep's heart to get to it, but it's not terribly far. I understand the King of Worms has set him to the task of inspecting the soul gems that find their way into the castle, which is to say, well, all of them. You'll see crates of the things scattered around the premises. Indeed? Well, I might just take you up on that. But safety first. I'll stay here for the nonce and make sure nothing comes to bugger up our little adventure from behind.
Sir Cadwell came through again. That crazy night is starting to grow on me. Should I be worried?
Oh no, hear me out. How many Tharns does it take to rule an empire?
Shut up. I'm trying to work here.
None. The one on the throne is a patsy, and the one in the tower isn't useful anymore.
That's not even funny. Get back to work, would you?
What? It's true. Lord Manamarco is going to peel his skin off and make a particularly ugly flesh atronach out of it. Mark my words.
And if you don't help me, I'll make sure you're sewn up right alongside him. Now shut up.
You, hurry up. The worms are on the move. The door at the top of the tower has sealed with a warded barrier. I've seen the worms use similar sorceries before. It will sear you to ash if you touch it. Here's a thought. The flesh atronachs that patrol the castle halls are assembled in a laboratory very close to the warded door. If you created your own atronach, it would be bound to obey you. You could force it to smash through the barrier. It's a simple process. A child of 5 could do it. Unfortunately, we don't have a child of 5, so I'll be forced to walk you through it. You'll need some good-sized chunks of flesh. Take them to the laboratory, and I'll contact you there.
imagine how the worms get used to this. Not the most glamorous task, is it? I'm not going near the city butcher for a while, I'll tell you that much.